on the phone. I was just asking Haley Winslow about why did people abandon their cars? What sparked that? Well, she's one of those people that was stuck in the...
You're watching live footage from Pacific Palisades, California. This is a story. Thoughts and prayers go out to everybody in Pacific Palisades in Southern California and Los Angeles. This really, really hits home for me because this is my home state. It's bad enough that we have Gavin Newsom, who's absolutely destroyed our beautiful, lovely state. And now to see this, I'm going to be sharing with you some unseen footage from actual residents of Pacific Palisades, as well as from authorities and other sources. We're looking at a live look right now of the, this is literally a live shot of the big, large, wild area behind the cities. This is a shot right here of cars that were abandoned earlier. Please give your thoughts and prayers to everybody in California. Look at that footage. My God. It reminds me of Lahaina. Oh, my goodness. It totally reminds me of Lahaina, Hawaii, in Maui. My goodness. If you don't know, the Santa Ana winds, which are sometimes referred to as the devil winds, are some of the most horrific, awe-inspiring, destructive winds. They come all the way from Colorado, heat up through the Cajon Pass, and they're offshore winds. Again, sometimes known as the devil winds. Old folklore, natives and indigenous peoples of Los Angeles and that area, and in California natives. I've lived here since 1987. So, you do the math. I'm not good at math. It's almost 40 years. This is heartbreaking. This is absolutely heartbreaking. And I'm going to share with you some more footage that is just insane. So stick around. We've got over 1,200 acres. Look at these. Look at this. This is insane. Oh my goodness. Look at that. They had to move the cars. They brought in a steamroller here to a big industrial truck with a huge, what's that called? I don't even know what that's called. But it is moving these cars that were abandoned earlier. It's extremely sad, extremely tragic. You've got fires that are still burning as we speak, over 1,200 acres. Let me give you a little kind of idea of where this is. So this is the Pacific Palisades. And if I kind of zoom out, you'll see that it's close to Santa Monica, the Getty. And you can actually see that this is the fire. Sorry, hold on a second. Looks like my footage is... Anyway. Okay. I don't know why we just lost... Hold on one second. We just lost something. Give me a sec. Did they take me off YouTube? They probably took me off YouTube, didn't they? Did they just cut my feed? What just happened there? Can you guys see me? Can you guys hear me? Knowing YouTube, I would not be surprised. Did they just take me down? What the hell just happened? Hello, can you see me? This says I'm not live. I don't know why. Am I live right now or am I not live right now? Okay, hold on one second. Let me just see what the heck is going on. I don't even know if we're live. Oh, we are. Okay, I don't know what just happened. Something very strange just happened. Okay, I apologize. All right. Holy mackerel. I thought they just cut my feed. Sometimes they do that. Anyway, okay, so this is what I wanted to share with you. So let's see if I can do this again. Okay. So this is what I wanted to share with you. You see you have heavy traffic here. So if I zoom out here, you're going to see this is the Palisades fire. You're going to see Brentwood over here. You're going to see the Getty Museum or the Getty Villa over here. This is Pacific Coast Highway. That's the ocean. And then you have Santa Monica as you go south. So Pacific Palisades is an affluent area right outside of Los Angeles. But look at all this wild area here. That is where the fire is right there. And it is, I mean, it's insane. It's insane how big this fire is right now. Sorry about that. We had a little bit of a hiccup. For some reason, it said that I was cut for a second. I don't know why. Okay, so this is what I want to talk about. I want to share with you some footage earlier. If you know anybody or if you have any family, friends, or neighbors, I mean, text them and get them out of there immediately. Tell them they absolutely have to evacuate. It is absolutely imperative that they get out of there immediately. Immediately. I'm going to share with you some footage that you have not seen in just a second. Again, Pacific Palisades, right outside of Los Angeles. You can see this footage. Pacific Palisade, it's over 1,200 plus acres that have burned right now as we speak. And the Santa Ana winds are gusting up to 56 miles per hour. There is some good news. It's expected to wind down a scotch in the morning as we get that cool air. The desert gets nice and cool. The Santa Ana winds are still going to be coming through, but it won't be as gusty and it won't be as powerful. Thank God. Send your thoughts and prayers to California. So I want to share with you some footage, and I'll talk more about this. It looks like 5 homes were destroyed by the Getty. So it's the Getty Villa, it's incredibly difficult for firefighters to get there. So if you're wondering where in the world that is, so this is Pacific Palisades. Let me zoom out a little bit. You can see traffic, and the Getty Villa is right here. This is the Getty Villa. And now there is a serious fire coming down that hill towards the Getty Villa. And it looks like firefighters cannot get over there. It's absolutely insane. Holy mackerel. This is, I've lived here for almost 40 years. And they are saying that, this is, I have to agree, but they're literally saying that this is one of the worst fires. This is one of the worst fires we've seen in this area in history, because these Santa Ana winds, AKA the devil winds, are absolutely uproarious. We're talking over 50 miles an hour in some places, some gusts getting up to 70 miles an hour. I'm about 2 hours away from this. So my house right now, I can feel it. The wind is blowing like crazy. Like crazy. I want to share with you some video footage that is just absolutely breathtaking. Particularly this one right here. If you know who James Woods is, so you have a lot of actors and people in Hollywood. Well, James Woods is, I don't really like Hollywood. They're all a bunch of pedophiles and weirdos. But I do like James Woods, because James Woods, supports America. He's America first. He supports Trump. He supports everything great. And I want to share this really quickly. I want to share this video. This was just a few minutes ago. Wow, this is insane. Wait till you see this. This was just a few minutes ago. This is James Woods' deck. And it looks like there's somebody there talking. Let me see if you can get the actual audio. But I want you guys to listen to this. Look at that.
You're looking good. Your house is not on fire, but it's... I'm here in case some embers land on it. I hope all your windows are closed. You're looking good. Your house is not on fire, but it's... I'm here in case some embers land on it.
I don't know what this guy is doing there. What are you doing there? So obviously that sounds like... it sounds like one of James Woods' neighbors, which is just insane. My goodness gracious. But I have some more footage that I want to share from you that you're not going to see really anywhere else. This is footage that we're finding all over. Here's one that I have to share, probably one of the most, I have to give you fair warning. This is just a horrific scene right here. This was earlier in the Pacific Palisades. It's just getting really, really bad really quickly. And so if you know anybody who lives in that area, get them out of there immediately. Look at this. This is absolutely insane. Watch this. Wow. I mean, that is insane. That's an inferno. Oh my God. That is an absolute inferno right there. Oh my goodness. Thoughts and prayers go out to California. Yes, they can feel your prayers. Pray right now for everybody in Southern California. If you're just joining us, 1,200 plus acres have already burned. This fire is not even close to contained. The Santa Ana winds are raging. Here's a live shot right here of firefighters. Actually, hold on a second. We're not going to go to that live feed right now because that live feed is on break. So I'm going to show you some more footage here. This is crazy. This home burning to the ground via Fox LA. Reporters even attempted to grab hoses and fight it themselves. I don't think firefighters could get there quick enough. I want to share this footage. This was earlier. You're not going to see this anywhere else. Check this out. Oh my goodness gracious. This is insanity. Absolute insanity. Look at this. So I do have some footage of Newscomb trying to look cool. You guys want to see that? Of course, he always has to find a photo op, because he's such scum. I mean, absolute scum of the earth. Did you know this, by the way? U-Haul just recently reported historic exits and rentals for U-Haul trucks to leave California. Historic record-breaking numbers. See, to me, the market always decides. The market is the ultimate vote. The market will always dictate what's really, truly going on in the world, not the fake woke propagandist media. Holy mackerel. But look at this. Of course, he's got to find his little, he's got to get his little 2 seconds of, look at me. I'm actually concerned. This is laughable. I mean, this is absolutely laughable. Look at this scumbag. Watch this. Oh, yeah, I'm paying attention. Don't mind me, boys. I know what I'm doing. Yep, that's me, Gavin Newscomb. That's me right there. Don't mind me, boys. I know. What do I need to know? I'll take care of things. Don't worry. I'll just sit there, watch, and make sure the camera gets me. Make sure I get in the frame. Absolute degenerate. Give me an LAD, capital LAD for lion-ass degenerate Democrats. Give me an LAD in the comments right now. Holy mackerel. All right, let's get some live footage. This is live footage of, oh, goodness gracious. This is heartbreaking right here. Absolutely heartbreaking. So 30,000 residents evacuated Pacific Palisades. 30,000 residents and over 1,200 acres. You can see the black smoke filling the Los Angeles skyline over the Pacific Ocean. That's LAX. That's a live view from LAX right there. I don't know what kind of visibility, if anybody knows anybody having any flights incoming or outcoming. It looks like we're going to have a little bit of a reprieve in the morning tomorrow, Wednesday, January 8th, 2025. Boy, is it just me, or has 2025 just gone warp speed ahead? Is it just me? I mean, this is absolutely nuts. I mean, we got the New Orleans attack. We got the Trump Tower Cybertruck explosion. I mean, it's just one thing after another. We got the mass shooting. We got, I mean, now we've got a major, one of the most historically huge fires to ever hit this brush fire, one of the biggest brush fires in California history, because it's fueled by these Santa Ana winds. I mean, can we just get I mean, what's going on? I don't know about you, but I think I'm ready for 2026. If you're ready for 2026, give me an amen in the comments. Holy mackerel. Okay, I got some more footage that I want to play for you. Gavin Newscomb, what a scumbag. Okay, I got some more footage that I want to play for you. Here is the moment that a bulldozer was removing hundreds of abandoned cars left behind in the Pacific Palisades. I'm going to share this. Right. Yeah, can you see those embers? Ronnie, good to see you on Rumble. We're live on Rumble as well, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Again, if you're just joining us, this is live Pacific Palisades, California. You're seeing live footage right here, but I'm going to show you something that I want to share with you. I want to share with you this footage that was taken earlier. This was footage of a bulldozer that was removing vehicles. Oh, it's just insane. Removing vehicles earlier. I want to share this with you. People that abandon their cars.
Yeah, I want to take you here live right now. So this is Pacific Palisades. All of these cars were ditched. So all of the drivers panicked. They took their keys. This is Palisades Drive as well as Sunset Boulevard. This dozer is just moving these vehicles out of the way. So if this is your car, unfortunately, it's an emergency situation, and this is what they have to do. They are moving the cars as we speak. Unfortunately, there are dozens of cars. This looks like a movie set. Unfortunately, this is real. LA County Fire, they have to do what they have to do. They need to clear a path. So literally they're moving the cars, the SUVs. We're seeing Mercedes, very nice vehicles, Teslas up here, but that's because the car owners, they took their keys and they just started running. They left the cars here as the firefighters were trying to clear the pathway, clear the roadway. This is an emergency situation.
Wow. My goodness. This is absolute insanity. Live footage right here. Let's listen in.
Destroyed up. Basically, you can just see the chimney sticking out there, but just looking around, just surrounded by flames at this point. If you want to flip that way, Sam, looking back towards the high school itself, you can see more flames up the road. And we just showed you the football stadium and just the wind. It stings, like I was saying. Hard to put this into words, what we're experiencing and seeing out here, and just making the drive back down to where we are. We're just up the mountain, probably 10-minute drive, but there's just spot fires between here and there. So seeing all these structures and homes and people's lives burning right now is all their belongings and stuff. It's hard to see.
Yeah, looking at the history of the school, it was founded in 1961. It was built for $6 million on a filled-in canyon, and now we're seeing that canyon be engulfed in flames. Almost 3,000 people are enrolled, students at Pali High School, which is now burning live on our air tonight.
Can we tell, are the classrooms themselves burning?
So I'll let Sam answer that question because he's familiar with this.
Okay, we have some, I want to share an update from, we're going to come back to the live feed. We've got an update from Los Angeles officials giving an update on the Pacific Palisades fire. She also mentions 30,000 residents are under evacuation. 30,000 residents. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to that. I want to share that update from the actual officials, and let's listen in here. I'm going to share this right now. And if you know anybody who's in that area, please, for the love of God, get them on the phone. Tell them they need to leave immediately. Let's listen in here.
1190 North Piedra Miranda Drive in our local fire station here right behind us at Fire Station 23. Los Angeles is currently experiencing an extreme fire weather condition with red flag alert. At the time of the fire, the relative humidity was 12 and the winds were approximately 25 miles an hour with gusts up to 50 miles per hour. Based on the red flag weather, your LAFD pre-deployed additional resources, made public awareness notifications, and issued parking restrictions in high-hazard fire areas to ensure that the means of access and egress of our local fire stations and apparatus could move up and in around the area. First LAFD resources reported initially a 10-acre fire with 40-mile-per-hour winds and alignment heading towards the west or towards the ocean. The LAFD then requested all resources, including strike teams and aircraft from assisting agencies. We then went into an aggressive attack and focused our efforts on fire life safety operations, beginning with evacuations. Currently, the fire is at 1,261 acres and growing based on aerial reconnaissance. The fire is being fueled by a combination of strong winds and surrounding topography, which is making it extremely challenging for our personnel that are assigned to this incident. We currently have over 250 LAFD firefighters on scene, including 46 engines, 3 trucks, 5 helicopters, 4 brush patrols, 2 water tenders, 6 paramedic ambulances, 1 fast response vehicle, 1 advanced nurse practitioner unit, 2 bulldozers, 10 chief officers, fire investigators, and safety officers. Additionally, we're so grateful for the hundreds of law enforcement officers, partner agencies, first responders, and public work members that are engaged actively in this operation. PCH is closed from Lincoln Tunnel to Topanga Boulevard. Evacuation orders are in place for approximately 30,000 residents, including the Highlands area. North of PCH, south of Topanga. South Sepulveda Boulevard in LA. The population threatened is approximately 25,748. Households threatened is approximately 10,367. Structures threatened are approximately 13,208. At this point, we feel very blessed at this point that there's no injuries that are reported. We do have reports of multiple structures that are damaged. Since the beginning of this fire, I've been in constant communication with Mayor Bass, as well as other city leadership, who's working very, very closely. As you can see, this entire entity behind me.
Yeah, you know where Mayor Karen Bass is? She's in Africa right now on taxpayer dollars. Her little Africa vacation trip. That's where she is right now. Well, that was nice to get a news that nobody has been severely hurt, injured, or worse. That's insane. A fire of this magnitude, of these proportions. Again, if you're just joining us, this is live breaking news. We've got wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. The devil winds, aka the devil winds, known as the Santa Ana winds, are pushing offshore winds towards the ocean, driving this brush fire in the Pacific Palisades. 30,000 residents have abandoned and evacuated. There's a mandated evacuation place in order around Pacific Palisades and the surrounding areas in greater Los Angeles. You heard the authorities in LA talk about closures. So it's going to be difficult. There's a lot of closures right now. Pacific Coast Highway is amongst many others. I'm getting word now that these wind patterns are kind of gusting, and these vortices, they call them these kind of vortices of wind, which can just wreak havoc all across the area. They come out of the north and northeast, these winds, and we've got red zone areas all the way down to Orange County, if you can believe it or not. So this is absolutely insane. You can see the footage on your, that's it right there. That's like a little vortice right there. You can kind of see it. It's almost like a fire-nado, if you will. Yeah, somebody just said it. Starfleet, fire-nados. Starfleet Tech, thank you. Well said. Oh my goodness, look at that. Wow. Wow, let's see if we can get some sound here.
These fires are so dangerous. The wind just starts so many fires and firefighters can't keep up. Sorry, the wind just blew a bunch of water in our direction. But you see the problem here. The water's blowing towards us instead of towards the flames. So firefighters really have a fight on their hands, and very, very hazardous and dangerous and not at all optimal conditions. That is the latest from here. Let's send it back to you.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to even make out her picture. You see that they got sprayed by the water. It was intended to go toward the flames, of course, but that's that's exactly the problem when it comes to night flying and the winds with the fire retardant, that Fosjack would just be blown away from the target. It's one of the reasons why they cannot fly at night. There would really be no purpose. This is our Santa Monica live camera here, and those flames have been raging on this hillside all afternoon. This fire broke out at 10:30. It's simply called the Palisades Fire. At last check, it was just about 1,300 acres. 10,000 homes remain threatened. We don't have an exact number in terms of structure loss, but we have seen at least a couple of dozen homes burned, and obviously other structures, whether those are commercial buildings, apartment complexes, and vehicles as well.
Chelsea Edwards continues our live team coverage right now. Chelsea is right on PCH, which is the bottom right picture on your screen right now. Chelsea, how have conditions changed since we last talked with you?
Well, fortunately, reporting that more homes have gone up. Look at what we're experiencing right now. I mean, we can feel the heat from the fire. It is just incredibly intense. Look at these supporting beams.
Jeez Louise.
Now, we just confirmed this is called Terrace Circle. These are very nice homes that are in this area. We actually just had a gentleman a few minutes ago drive up in his car. He looked just completely in shock. He was covered in ashes and soot, and he pointed and he said, "That's my home." And then he kept walking. He didn't say anything after that. And then he continued on down this parking lot. And we haven't seen him since. His car is still parked here, though, so I'm hoping that he comes back. But he watched this. He looked at this and said, "This is my home." You think of what these people are going through as they watch these images. They're watching their livelihoods, everything that they have just going up in an instant. And this just progressively is getting worse. I mean, when we got here, it was really the structure to the left of what's burning now that was on fire, and up in the hillsides. Now it looks like there are multiple structures up in the hillsides up there that are on fire. In addition to these homes here on Terrace Circle, there's at least 3 that have burned to the ground. And I mean, it looks like there could be another one there a little bit further down. It's just devastating. You hear these pops as well, things exploding inside. You think of all the things you have in a house. You've got gas tanks, you've got, aerosol container, hairspray, things like that pop. We're hearing that over and over and over again. And again, just feeling the heat from these flames and just watching these structures burn to the ground. Haven't seen a single, water drop or any kind of mitigation attempt on these homes here on Terrace Circle. So these are just freely burning, and you can imagine these homeowners watching this and just feeling so incredibly helpless, which is the sense that I got from the gentleman who pulled up here just a few minutes ago. Just complete helplessness. Elliot, if we can look up on that ridge, something up on the top has just kind of erupted as well. We're seeing some very tall flames up on the top of that ridge.
God.
This one just keeps getting worse. Okay, we can actually.
You can hear the wind. The wind gusts are like 35 to 55 miles an hour. Look at the winds carrying that. Oh, look at the embers.
Powerfully pushed that they're almost horizontal.
You can see the embers there. It's insane.
You can actually see where the wind is blowing and just fanning these flames, just fueling them. I mean, it's just
what a great shot
for this
My
fire.
God.
Again, the good news, though, we're in this parking lot, and the other side of this is just the beach. There's no structures on the other side. There are no homes that are threatened on the other side of this. But, I mean, from what we can tell from where we're standing, it looks like everything, this part of Terrace Circle, is just a total loss. I mean, these images are just, these gusts of wind. That would really knocked me over.
Wow.
These gusts of wind are so powerful, and they just kind of come out of nowhere. I mean, you're standing here and everything kind of seems fine, and then you see it hit these flames and they just whip up, and then all of a sudden it hits us and we kind of get knocked back as well. They are so ferocious and powerful. We can't see anything now south of PCH, south on PCH. For a long time we could see some flames on the other side of PCH. The fire had jumped briefly, but I think it was just burning brush or grass kind of on this side of the beach. We could also see other structures on fire down to the south. Now we don't see any of that. We don't even see fire personnel down there. For a while we saw.
Okay, we're going to come back to this. I want to share something. Holy mackerel. I mean, this is insane coverage. I want to share with you earlier. This is Bill Malugan, who actually is a correspondent, a national correspondent for Fox News. This is the east flank of the Palisades fire, and this was his view from 3rd Street Promenade in Santa Monica. I just want to, so you can kind of get an idea of the breadth and depth of the wind. Check out this footage. You're not going to see this anywhere else. Check this out. This is remarkable right here. Watch this. See if we can get some audio too. Check this out. Look at the trees. Look at the fire in the trees burning in the background. Black smoke. This is actually, so just in the past few hours, which is kind of record breaking, it's kind of insane. You've got 1,262 acres, 1,262 acres have already burned that fast in only a few hours. Again, mandatory evacuations. This is Pacific Palisades. If you happen to just be joining us live right now, this is absolutely insane. And I highly implore everyone to send their thoughts, send their prayers to the Pacific Palisades and California. Holy mackerel. I also want to share some other footage as well that they caught earlier. Actually, another clip from Bill Malugan, who I don't know if he lives in Santa Monica. I'm not sure if he lives over there. He just happened to be on the scene for Fox. But he has an amazing footage here. Hold on a second. I want to share this. This is an amazing clip of the fire just unbelievably blazing across the mountain in the Pacific Palisades, coming down thanks to the Santa Ana wind. My God. Insane. Absolutely insane. Temescal Canyon sunset. Here's a really cool shot from a spectator where the actual blaze was covering up an LA sunset. Look at this. Check this out. This is amazing. Look at that. Let me see if I can zoom in here. I don't think I can. Actually blocking out. That's at Santa Monica. Oh my goodness. Wow. I really just wish that 2025, I really wish 2025 would just chill out, for crying out loud. That would be, that would really just be awesome if 2025 could just chill out for a little bit. I mean, it is warp speed 2025. What is going on? What do you guys think is happening? I mean, we've had major national catastrophic events back to back. It's the first week of the new year. I haven't even had a chance to breathe. Oh, wow. Look at that. Let's see if we can get some audio here.
And we headed down to Bel Air Bay Club, where a lot of people that evacuated from my brother's school, Calvary Christian, they were gathering there. Now looking at the news reports, it looks like they've also had to evacuate Bel Air Bay Club. So we basically had to evacuate 3 times, and we are now out in Santa Monica for now.
Do you know the status of your home, Charlotte? What a day you've had.
Yeah, so for now, my family home is still standing, as well as our immediate neighborhood. I do know that my aunt and cousins, my aunt's house burned down. It started out just touching on the edge. We have an actual video of their house on fire, and that was about 3 hours ago. So they've now told us that it is most likely all burned to the ground. They are on El Medio, and because the fire jumped over the canyon to El Medio, there were no firefighters that we know of there, or at least visible in the video. We couldn't see anyone, and their house is most likely gone.
So sorry to hear about the loss of your aunt's house. We'll be praying that your home continues to stand.
This was outside of what you're seeing on the screen right now. This was outside James Woods, who has been posting a lot. James Woods, the actor, the Trump supporter, the America First and America agenda supporter, James Woods, one of the very few actors out of Holly Weirdo. that actually has, a cerebral capacity on him. He posted this. This is literally outside. This is the security camera that is outside his home, right in the backyard. Let me see if I can zoom in on this real fast. So you can kind of see that it's coming up the hill. That was his security camera. That might be his backyard, or maybe his backyard overlooks the hill. He probably has a really cool view because he's a successful actor, successful producer. I think he executive produced the Oppenheimer film, which got all the Oscars I think a year ago or what have you. And so so he's fantastic. But look at that. That's a shot of his security camera outside his home. Oh my goodness.
6, 7 homes. There's another one on the other side of the road that's also on fire. And this is very close to the high school as well, as more firefighters are pulling in now and hoping they can get this to slow down. Go ahead, send it back to you.
It's good to see more of these engines pulling up. LAFD, in terms of staffing, if you're curious, there's 250 plus firefighters there fighting these flames. They have 46 engines, 3 trucks, 5 helicopters, 4 brush patrols, 2 water tenders, 6 paramedic ambulances, 1 advanced nurse practitioner unit, 2 bulldozers, 10 chief officers, and fire investigators and safety officers on scene as these live pictures just get worse and worse and worse. This entire you're around the corner from Palisades High, and what's your situation now?
Well, we're also around the corner from where we just went live, where I showed you those 2 apartment buildings on fire, and I talked about the rain of embers, and you could see them right here, and you can see what they've done. They've started another spot fire. Now, this house is threatened, and there are tons of firefighting resources just around the corner from us fighting the fire at those 2 apartment buildings, but there are no firefighters here. I know that they are aware that this is burning because a short while ago we saw someone checking it out and then driving over to where the firefighters are, and it appeared to be a fire official. But if we pan that way, I don't know how well you can make it out. Because
no school for them for a while.
Poor. But something else is burning just down the street from us. We could see the flames a short while ago, but there's so much smoke that you can't see very far in front of you. And you see more rain of embers, and still some people just now deciding to evacuate. We were surprised to see how many people had stayed put, but many of them are leaving now. And one man, as he was driving out, asked me to relay this message. He said that he was on Radcliffe and that there was a giant eucalyptus tree on fire and that there were no firefighters there, and he was concerned that the tree was going to catch other homes on fire. And likely that eucalyptus tree caught fire just like this vegetation you see here, because an ember got into it and then it started burning. And so something else is now burning behind the shrub in the walkway between this apartment building and that home. And again, no firefighters here at the moment. You do know they are across the street, or around the corner, I should say. And we also believe that they are aware of this, but we will make sure that they know as well. Let's send it back to you.
All right, Christy Fajardo, thank you.
This is interesting right here. This is a news clipping from the last, I guess, huge fire that happened in 1961, November of 1961. And wow, this is flamethrowers used in gigantic struggle to save palatial Pacific Palisades. 2 brush fires started Monday have destroyed about 375 homes. Fire insurance rates may rise sharply. Yeah, of course. 1961. That's pretty amazing. That was the last time, I guess, they had a major issue. Wow, that's amazing. That's an amazing, cool clip right there. Send your thoughts, send your prayers to Pacific Palisades, to California. My goodness, 2025 has started off in the most dramatic, insane, blockbuster, just out of left field way imaginable. There we have a post from X saying flames have erupted at Palisades Charter High School. So that's really, really sad. That's really sad to see. Okay. So I wanted to kind of find some extra footage that you won't find anywhere else. And I want to share some more stuff here. Let's go to the map here real fast. Okay, so there's the again, you see all the red, that's traffic on Pacific Coast Highway. As I zoom out here, the Pacific Palisades fire up in the mountains has made its way down all the way to the beach. And it has burned 12 homes. There's a mandatory evacuation. It's 1,300 acres, but it's probably that's probably only the amount of homes that they really know about. And so, yeah, I mean that's just insane. This is a footage. This is interesting because this was a couple minutes ago. 20 homes now. Okay, so the number has now climbed. Hold on a second. Let's listen to what Matthew Seedorf, Emmy-winning award. He's a Fox reporter. He's the guy that we were seeing earlier. I want to share this with you guys. So let me just share this because this is really breaking right now. This just got posted as we were speaking just 2 minutes ago. Listen in.
This fire is absolutely out of control. Hard to see. Look at this street right now, Amedio Drive. So horrible.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 6, 7 homes just on this street. This fire is absolutely out of control.
So this is a reporter
Hard to see.
saying 7 houses are burning right now, and he's saying it's getting out of control. This is serious. This is beyond serious. Please send your thoughts and prayers to the Pacific Palisades and to California. Please, God, help everybody in Southern California affected by this. Help everyone reach safety. Please, God. Thank you. Amen. Give me an amen in the comments right now. Holy macadamia nut. This is absolutely crazy. That was just posted. Steven Spielberg, Tom Hanks, Jennifer Lopez, homes have absolutely look at this. Here's something you won't see on the news. Wow. My God. Can you guys hear that? Wow. I already showed you that clip. Here's another clip. Oh, look at the wind. Look at the wind. Holy mackerel. Wow. Can you guys hear this? Can you hear the audio? Or is it silent? Can you just hear me? Wow. That's insane.
Moved over to Via Cresta Drive. This is also in Pacific Palisades. Looks like a home was under construction. See the scaffolding. Whatever was built, it looks like is destroyed. Bobcat out front. It's also getting this house next door on fire. You can hear the smoke alarm right now.
Wow.
Save these homes, and they had a fire engine as the flames were coming down through the mountain and coming toward their homes, and he said they ran out of water and they took off. They had to go to something else, so he just sort of stood there helplessly trying to save his home and couldn't do anything about it. He watched it go up. He watched it catch. He first watched his neighbor home catch on fire. Then he watched his home catch on fire. Then their neighbors, and then across the street, and so on. And he's just kind of standing here, just in utter disbelief. And he just said, this could have been preventable. This shouldn't have happened this way. But he said that's that. I mean, what can we do? There's absolutely nothing left. There's not even a beam left standing of what was once his home.
Wow.
Everything back up in that hillside has burned as well. We saw a lot of active flames a few minutes ago. Now we're just seeing a lot of smoke, a lot of black, thick smoke just kind of coming down throughout the canyon. Just heard another explosion there. And as it's nightfall now, we're able to see a lot of the glow from other spot fires kind of all over these ridge points. I'm not sure how much the camera can pick up, but if we look directly across PCH, you can see some at the very top there. It looks like there's some wind blowing as well, and some bigger flare-ups that are sort of coming out from the top of that ridge. We're seeing those all up and down PCH. I mean, everywhere you look, you just see flames. No matter what direction you're looking in, there is fire. Again, these homes here on Terrace Circle, there's just nothing left of them. It appears that every single home on there has been lost. This gentleman that I spoke to, he also said there was a 99-year-old resident. They said the residents in that area helped get her out. They brought her here to this parking lot across the street, across PCH, and then she was eventually taken by first responders to safety or to an evacuation center, but she couldn't evacuate on her own. But again, he's just sitting here watching, just in utter disbelief, as he would be if you saw this. I mean, when we started here, an hour or so ago, there were several structures standing here, not just one, but several along Terrace Circle. And now, I mean, look at this. There's nothing left standing. It's just all gone. And you can see this structure burning a little bit down to the right here. We've seen a couple of people like this appear to be transient individuals. They've approached us a couple of times, and he's approached us a couple of times. Appears to be having kind of a mental break, which all.
Okay, I have some more footage for you. This is unbelievable. Look at this. Check this out. This is a car driving through one of the streets. Look at the embers. Look at that. Can you guys see that? My God. This is apocalyptic. Why are you driving so slow? That's my question. My goodness. Holy macadamia nut. My God. Absolute insanity. Just insanity.
where the fire is going to go and what's in its pathway. One tool the firefighters are using for this wind is what we call Wi-Fire. It's an evacuation tool, and they take into account the weather that's in the area, the wind speed, and the relative humidity, and it spits out a footprint of where this fire is going to go. Those incident commanders are using that footprint right now to determine what the evacuation orders are. And then we tend to use Sheriff's Department, Los Angeles Police Department to get those people out of the way.
What we've seen a lot of, and I think we're seeing it in some of these live pictures, at least the bottom right, perhaps, where our reporter is there and several homes are on fire and there's no firefighter in sight. We understand that resources are stretched thin of a fire of this magnitude. What's your take on that?
So, the Los Angeles basin area is what we call a resource-rich area when it comes to fire departments. However, when you have a fire of this magnitude, even though that the weather prediction was for these fierce winds, the amount of resources you have to put onto an incident like this is very critical. However, you still have to provide coverage to the rest of the cities and the rest of the counties that you are, sworn to protect. And so the firefighters are in what they call a drawdown mode right now. So they're using minimum resources, or what we call a degraded mode. And so we're using minimum resources to respond to other emergencies and other incidents. And that will free up some additional resources to come to this particular incident. However, right now, the main piece of this is the evacuation. And so, sometimes you will make a decision that you understand there may be a loss of some homes that you just can't get firefighters in front of them in it.
Okay, I want to share with you another thoughts and prayers go out to California. My goodness. I want to share with you another. I love these footage. I'm getting all sorts of clips coming in here at breakneck speed. Again, if you're just joining us, this is the live wild brush fire, Pacific Palisades, over 30,000 residents, forced mandate evacuation. And now the number went from 12 to 20 homes have gone up in flames. There are evacuation orders in place in the surrounding areas of the Pacific Palisades. All of these fires are fueled by the Santa Ana winds, otherwise known as the devil winds. And I love this footage. I just want to share this footage of a gentleman who took this video right in front of his driveway. There's a little bit of audio here. It's just a quick 20-second clip. Check this out. My God, look at that. Oh, look at how it covers the sun. Wow, we just got a comment here. Thank you, Trish. Trish said, where are you in Nevada? Are you close to Vegas? Or are you close to state line? I'm in Nevada, and our sky is full of smoke from this fire. So you're not anywhere near Los Angeles, maybe 3-4 hours away from Los Angeles. I'm about 2 hours from Los Angeles. Holy macadamia nut. And you can see the smoke from Nevada. My goodness. Thank you for sharing that. If anybody else, Nomad Beads says, Newscomb, great. Here comes Newscomb. I've proclaimed a state of emergency to support the communities. Yeah, of course you have. You're just a complete vulture. Nomad Beads says it's crossed Topanga Canyon headed towards Malibu. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thoughts and prayers. My goodness. My goodness gracious. That is absolutely insane. Shelly says she's in Kingman, Arizona, and she can smell the smoke. I bet if I went outside right now, I'm going to do that as soon as we're done broadcasting. I bet if I went outside right now, I could smell the smoke too. This is absolutely insane. If you're anywhere near the Pacific Palisades, and when I say near, if you have any visible or audible or what have you, if you can smell the smoke, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Yeah, Karen Bass is in Africa on vacation. on taxpayer dollars. That's what she's doing. This was a moment too that I want to share.
And as Samantha Cortese has said, this is one of those dire, panic-stricken situations. That's because, look at this, the fire's right up on the hill. It is moving past. I can feel it's so close. We're going to be safe, but there's flying embers, there's ash. I can hear it moving down the hill. This is Pacific Palisades off of Palisades Drive. As folks, whoa, we got to step back. We're feeling that warmth from the fire. Okay, so what you're seeing, Armando, be careful. So these cars, as you see here, they're abandoned. Look at that. The fire's coming up. We're going to move back. Nobody is in their vehicles. People are ditching their cars here on Palisades Drive and Sunset because they couldn't get down to PCH. Okay, we're going to have to be careful because this fire is moving very quickly. We're going to try to move back. We're going
to let you go.
We're going to get out of here.
I think you guys are in a situation where, like, yeah.
That's insane. The live broadcaster, this is a local station, KTLA, Channel 5. I know that station really well. And they just said that they were going to let their on-the-ground reporter, their field reporter, go because literally the fire, their lives were in imminent danger. Oh, my goodness gracious. So if you're just joining us right now, this is the Pacific Palisades fire. This is live breaking news coverage. Over 30,000 residents in Southern California near Los Angeles adjacent have evacuated. The number right now is 20 homes. It was 12 homes about 15 minutes ago. I'm assuming that number is probably going to get higher. If you're anywhere near the Pacific Palisades area, I highly, highly recommend you get out of there quickly. If you know anybody who's in the Pacific Palisades area or any area whatsoever near there, I would highly, highly recommend that you get them out of there as quickly as possible because this fire is raging right now. And now we're getting reports that it's headed to other areas. So if I go to the Google Maps here, and I kind of zoom out here. So the Pacific Palisades is over here. And the fire itself, this is the suburban area where all the homes are. And if you head northeast, you'll see this is where the fire started by Temescal Canyon and Skull Rock. And now they're saying, so this is adjacent to Santa Monica. Malibu is not that far from here. You got Pacific Coast Highway. Traffic is, you can see all the red bars there because traffic is completely Sunset Beach all the way down to Santa Monica. Traffic is, people are trying to get out of there. So it's just absolute bedlam right now in Southern California. And I would implore everybody to send your thoughts and prayers to Pacific Palisade residents, Southern California residents, and really California in general, because our beautiful state has been in utter decay mode because Gavin Newsom, Kamala the phony in Chief Harris, Karen Do-Nothing Bass have destroyed, Gascon, who's a Soros-backed DA, thank God he didn't win re-election. They've turned this state, this beautiful, glorious state, they've turned it into a dystopian nightmare. I've lived in Southern California. I'm born and raised in the Midwest. Well, actually, born in Logan, Utah, raised in Evansville, Indiana. And my family, my father got speaking of professor, got a teaching position in California in the late 80s, mid to late 80s. Let's see what's going on here if we can get some audio.
Firefighter David Ortiz, he's been here all day, obviously at the forefront of all this. First of all, we see the flames behind your shoulder. It's obviously a little bit frightening as this fire continues to move southwest. What's the latest and what's the plan tonight as we're feeling these winds definitely pick up?
Well, the plan tonight is to put the various strike teams into the neighborhoods that the fire might start new fires. The majority of the head of the body of the fire has burned in various directions. We have zero containment on this fire, and so we have open front all around this fire. All the communities that surround this fire are in a threat. All right, and so because of that threat, it's difficult to pre-stage a fire engine at every single home. So it's a guessing game for us. We have strategically placed fire companies where we think that the fire might go, but we're also keeping mobile and moving these resources around to engage the fire at every opportunity. There's opportunities in certain areas where the fire is not being pushed by the wind because the wind is super strong right now, and we can have all the water in the world and not be able to stop the forward progress of the fire. As you can see, certain spot fires have started in other areas like you see behind us, and once one ember lands into that area, you get a new fire start, and those can carry 1 mile, 2 miles down the road. It's hard to predict. So a lot of people don't see fire around them, around their home, and they have false sense of security because embers can be cast in all sorts of directions. If you are in the area where an evacuation order was given, it's time to get out. Conditions are going to get worse. Winds are going to pick up. It's dry. It's windy. It's a perfect scenario for a fire.
Yeah, the National Weather Service still saying that this is on par to be the strongest Santa Anas of the season, and it's looking like, it's expected that you guys are going to be here for several days. During our news conference a little bit ago, we had almost 50-mile-per-hour gusts. You can definitely feel it's really picked up. I know it's definitely, you can feel it, the difference. What would you say to people? I know a couple of friends of mine were trapped in there, and there was a little bit of miscommunication, with trying to be first told to get out and then told not to get out. And obviously there's no signal, so it really complicates things.
Right. So a lot of the evacuations are done neighborhood by neighborhood. If you hear police officers coming through your neighborhood over the PA, it's time to evacuate. Immediately when a fire starts, the first thing we tell folks is to shelter in place and wait for direction, especially during the beginning of the fire, because we don't know what's going to be impacted. When we give an order to evacuate, we don't want to be like Chicken Little and tell people to evacuate an area and get out of an area unless it's absolutely necessary. So until we know where the fire is going, that's when we can give an evacuation order. We have established the direction of the fire, which way the fire is expected to move. We have computer that predetermines and calculates the speed and rate in which the fire is going to be moving, and then we can predict what evacuation orders, what zones we can evacuate. But separate from that, independent from that, we also have areas that are immediately threatened. We don't need the chief or the person in charge of this incident to tell us to evacuate an area. That the division that's running the fire, the chief that's at that scene, at that community, can take independent action and order an evacuation of a community. So if you do hear those police officers over the PA telling you to evacuate, even if they haven't given an evacuation order via the news, or you haven't received one on your phone, you need to get out. A lot of the phone service is intermittent right now, so you might not even receive an evacuation order. When in doubt, if you feel threatened, get out.
Yeah, and I understand there's still definitely some people in there still tonight that are trapped. Our anchor, before you go, I know you're in high demand. Our anchor, Marla Tejas, has a question for you. Marla, go ahead real quick, and I'll relay the information.
We just put out a number for firefighters who are watching to call. This is per LAFD. LAFD saying we really are strapped for resources. Can you put out this number to get us more firefighters? Can you ask him about that and the reality of, what they're up against tonight?
Yeah, good question. So this was something we kind of talked about at the presser, that there was something put out that there's not enough firefighters and that you guys need more resources. Now, we heard, I think it was Eric Scott saying that you guys have all boots on the ground. You've got more resources coming overnight. You've got CAL FIRE deployed. And if need be, you can get more boots on the ground, aircraft in the air from other states. What's the plan as these winds continue to strengthen, and what's the reality of the resources that you currently have right now trying to fight this?
So for the time being right now, as far as my understanding is that we have adequate resources on this fire. We are limited to our ability to fly because when these winds do pick up, they have to do a risk analysis whether they can fly or not at night. And water drops are ineffective. Enough resources should we have a second or third or fourth brush fire, which is very potential right now. We have low humidity, we have high winds, and a new fire can start anywhere in Southern California, in Riverside, San Bernardino County, etc. So resources are being focused here, but if our resources are stretched, they can be stretched to a certain point where we will not have enough resources. So that is a good point.
I have a couple friends who are on the line right now, and they're kind of on standby, and they finally were able to get out. There's a lot of people obviously still trapped, and they really don't know what's going on with their homes. And then this is only one fire. We still have 2 or 3 days left of these winds, you know, and could easily see another one of these pop up.
Yeah, so if to get an ember landing into a fuel bed, it's 100% receptive and it's off to the races. So if you feel that you're in a community that is the fire can jump the line and can expand beyond where it has established itself.
Thank you very much, Firefighter Tees. Be very safe out there tonight. Now, I know you guys have another briefing at 8 o'clock in the morning. I've got a friend on standby right now. We've talked.
Look at that. Look at that. Unbelievable. So it jumped PCH. Holy macadamia nut. That's just absolutely insane. So everybody, please get to safety as fast as possible. I'm going to go be with my family right now. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much, Trish. Trish, for the $20 super chat. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Yeah, I know there was a couple of audio issues, and I felt there was a if you've been with me since the beginning, I love you to death. We had a couple of audio issues. I apologize. And then we also had a little bit of, wow, look at this. So now we now have this actually is charter. Anyway, thank you so much for that super chat. This is the charter school that went up in flames. And I'm gonna go be with my family. Like I said, I'm only a couple hours away from this. Pray for California, pray for us, pray for the Pacific Palisades, the victims who are directly affected by this. And I always like to kind of leave on a note that kind of, has some kind of perspective. At least I try. I was watching this video the other day. Of a buddy of mine from high school. I graduated high school decades ago. I'm not going to tell you when. But he went to the doctor's office thinking he just had this strange little bump on his back and no big deal. He didn't have any pain. And he came to find out it was cancer. Just going to the doctor's office randomly. because he had this thing that wouldn't go away on his back. It's perspective like that. It's times like this when we face and see and experience these immense tragedies. These are reminders how fleeting life is. These are reminders that, I think of that song. I think it was a Bob Dylan song. Sometimes you think you've lost everything, and you find out you can always lose a little bit more. Be grateful for what you have. Be grateful that you're in a home tonight with a roof. Be grateful that it's not engulfed in flames. Be grateful for your health, your happiness, your presence. Be grateful that you're here right now watching this. I thank the Most High. I'll give all praises to God. And if you'll join me right now in just a small prayer. Dear God, please look out, guide, and bless, and protect everybody involved in this tragedy in Pacific Palisades. Please, God, help them. Please, God, guide them. Please, God, usher them to safety, usher them to salvation. Please use your might, use your power to help those in need, to help those struggling, to help those who've lost everything. And we thank you for all of our blessings. We thank you for everything that we have, as everything comes from you. And we love you. Thank you so much. Amen. Just a small prayer, just a small prayer. I always feel better when I pray. And I'm not the best, I'm not the best at it. You just saw live on TV. I'm not the best at it, obviously. But like I said, I've always said this too, I know there is a God. Like, I don't believe in God. I know there is a God, but I have nothing to do with religion. So, but I know there is a God, and it's personal for me. And so, I believe religion is man-made, but I believe God is eternal. And so however you do it, however you choose to, connect in that way is what I love about this country. You have the freedom to do that. And I tell you right now, I was just telling my wife earlier, there is no way you can measure the bullet that we dodged on November 5th. There's no way you can measure it. You can already feel the ripple effects of what's happened. You can already feel the American spirit is alive and well. And so we're so grateful, God. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you so much for watching. And again, our thoughts and prayers go out to Pacific Palisades and everybody in California. Stay tuned, because we produce brand new videos. The mission of our channel is to make common sense go viral. If you're interested in things like that, commentary, analysis coming from hopefully a common sense, intelligent perspective, feel free to subscribe and follow. I love you guys so much. Thank you so, so much for watching. I appreciate you. Be good to each other. Be safe. God bless you as always. God bless the United States of America. God bless everybody in Southern California who's facing this huge calamitous tragedy. And I hope to see you guys very soon. Thank you, guys. God bless.